Welcome to another Business Spotlight, where we share reflections, insights, and pearls of wisdom from local business owners. My name is Kerry James. I'm a business coach and a facilitator. And on today's Business Spotlight, I'm delighted to welcome the MD, Director of Sales Geek, Cheshire East Limited, Mr. Jonathan Whitby. Good afternoon to you, John, and great to have you on Business Spotlight.
Yeah, good afternoon, Kerry. Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate the opportunity.
You're very welcome. So Sales Geek. Tell us a little bit about that, please, John. How long have you been in or running the business, and what area do you specialize in, please?
Yeah, sure. So Sales Geek, to give you a bit of background, has been going since 2017, founded by a chap called Richard Few back then. And he saw a gap in the market for small to medium-sized business owners there who needed some help with their sales leadership, but weren't in a position to hire somebody full-time. So he started Sales Geek, part-time sales director, interim sales director, then brought somebody else into the business to help with sales training. Obviously, gap in the market there for sales trainers as well, and doing something that was relevant and fit for the market. And then in end of 2020, they then started franchising the model out, and I got involved in May 2021. Had a corporate career, mainly in the automotive sector. But yeah, bought the franchise then. And yeah, I live in Nantwich in Cheshire, so look after sort of clients in the Cheshire area and in North Staffordshire area. Doing three things that I do mainly. First, as I kind of explained, is your sales director, so part-time interim sales director for small to medium-sized companies, owner-operated usually. Also do bespoke sales training packages. So that is probably aimed at bigger companies with big sales teams in place to help train those. In reality, do quite a lot with smaller companies as well. So I guess business owners who do sales, they do part of the sales. You've got front of house staff who do sales as part of their role. So do quite a lot sales training with those people. And that would look like maybe coming into my training facility here and running a session with 6 to 10 people from different businesses. And then finally do a bit of one-to-one sales coaching. So that's more for, I guess you've seen lots of Kerry's, maybe a great salesperson who's been promoted to a sales manager, but struggling with that transition into the management arena, so helping them with that, or maybe a great salesperson who's just kind of lost their way over the last few months and just needs a bit of help to get back on the horse. So the three main things I do, and some clients, a combination of all three of those. Some it's just one. But yeah, I'm 2.5 years into it now, and love it. Love working with the different array of local businesses around the area and helping them be better at sales.
Okay. Just a personal perspective, I guess, John. I get the sales coaching and the training. Pretty straightforward. I'm a bit more interested to hear a bit more detail about the interim. So if you're a business owner, compared to recruiting somebody, getting somebody in on a interim basis, talk us through the pros and cons of that and how you kind of position and differentiate that from the alternatives that business owners have.
Yeah, I think the commonality between my customers who I work for as your sales director, usually got a great business, right? They're great what they do. So, for example, it's an engineering company. The person who owns the business is an engineer, grown it, quite sustainably over the last few years, but it's a level where they're doing okay, but they've flatlined over the last couple of years, and they just usually because that business owner is still wearing all the hats of owning a business, right? So the sales, ops, marketing, finance, all the pieces around it, and they struggle then to get the time to spend in one particular area to actually grow the business and grow the sales side of it. So I'm just really focused on the sales side. So they need some sales leadership in the business to realize extra growth, but they're kind of caught in a catch-22 because there's not enough turnover in the business maybe to pay for that full-time sales director, because it's 100 grand for a good one plus, or there's not enough work there yet to justify having that full-time person. So I kind of fit that gap. So usually I work with somebody for 12 months, come in, look at a sales strategy, put some sales strategy in place if they haven't got one, some longer term strategy from a financial perspective, and then figure out all the stuff underneath that we need to do to make sure we hit those financial milestones and work with that business owner through that. So the model is, I'll come and work with you on a daily basis. I would say on average, I'm in with the business for 2 days a month. Get you from here to here. Once you're at that level, you can go and hire somebody full time. You've got enough turnover. There's enough work there yet to do it. We've kind of figured out what the dials are. We started turning the dials, and let's get somebody in to run it. So that's the kind of model that we've got. It kind of de-risks it a bit from a business owner's perspective, because you recruit somebody, big salary, nice car, stock option, pension, all the bits that go with it. It's a big commitment, and although you can do as much due diligence as you possibly can on the recruitment side, it's always a risk, right? Taking somebody on. Yeah. So with me, there's no risk there. I'll come in, do some work with you. There's no long-term contracts. We'll just come in on a short-term basis, and there's no long-term commitments on it.
That sounds very impressive to make that much difference on 2 days a month, John. Is 2 days a month kind of the minimum, or is that typical, would you say?
So that's typical. So I mean, the way I usually I don't have, so I've usually got 4, 5, maybe 6 clients on the go at any one time. And I say, look, I'm invested in your business, right? I am your sales director. Call me whenever you want. I'm yours all month. I'm on call with you. And then you pay me for my time that I'm spent in the business, either face-to-face with that business owner, or working with the sales teams, or working on the business with them. That's what you pay me for. So I guess it all fits around how quickly they want to move, what the volume of work is, what the budget is as well, and on that. But yeah, I would say, I mean, I'll give you an example. I've had clients where they've had me for 6 days a month, coming in to, work quite quickly with those. I've had smaller clients, maybe small businesses. I've done half a day a month for them initially, just to get them going, just to help them out, just to sort of set them on the path of the righteous. Is the way I look at it. Yeah.
And clearly it's been interesting times since you've launched the business, John, from various different perspectives, whether you're thinking lockdown or interest rates or Brexit or hybrid working. Some of my clients, that they keep on complaining that access for sales reps is still getting worse and worse and worse, and less people want to see them, and nobody answers the phone, and all this type of stuff. How have all those dynamics influence, would you say, your business?
Yeah, I think, so I started in May 21, so smack bang in the middle of a lockdown, so a great time to start a new business, and never really worked in the local business community before, so it was starting really from ground zero. But it's been great. I've spent the last couple of years just trying to build that network, and it's been great. From a recruitment perspective and sales perspective, none of us would have a business without sales, right? And it's different, retail or B2B, it's a different process that we have, but everybody needs it. I think sales has perhaps changed quite a lot over the last few years, because we can make a bigger purchase anyway, I guess, spending over £500 plus. We can make probably 75% of those buying decisions without talking to anybody. We can get all the access on the internet to most of the answers to the questions that we've got, but we still need some assistance sometimes. Those big purchases, there's some things that we don't know, we're not experts of, that we need some clarification on, or there's pricing. So I think sales has very much changed now to helping customers make the right decision for them, and explaining why your business is that right decision for them, and supporting them after that purchase, and being great on the service side of things. So I help clients kind of figure out what that message is, and make sure that they're letting their clients know how they can help them. To recruit sales staff at the moment is not just sales staff. I think just recruiting any kind of staff is difficult. I've got a couple of clients where we're trying to recruit at the moment, and the good ones are expensive is the wrong word, but they're commanding good salaries if you want somebody good, and they get snapped up really quickly. So it's a tough market out there. I'm sure if you speak to people in recruitment, they'll say the same. I'm sure you're finding the same with some of the businesses you work with too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So what about challenges in terms of your business where you are at the moment? It sounds like managing your time across your clients and their different demands is maybe one of the challenges you've already referred to, John, but in terms of where you are now, where you want your business to get to, what would you say are the main challenges for you today?
Yeah, I think challenges for me are, honestly, I think it's probably the same for a lot of people I talk to. Actually, delivering the service that I give, it's not the easy part of the job, but it's difficult, right? But it's I enjoy it a lot. The actual tough part is actually finding the time. You alluded to it there, and when you get busy delivering the service, finding the time to carry on with your own sales pipeline. Because I'm with them for sure, if I looked at it, probably 9 months on average. And sales training is a bit more finite. That's over a couple of months usually. So I need some sales pipeline to go in there. So it's trying to do as I say, not as I do. Trying to find the time to keep my foot on the gas of my own sales pipeline whilst giving great service to the clients I've got. I think that's a challenge for me at the moment. I think as everybody's been tough. I had a really strong half of this first year, and it's gone a bit quieter in the summer. So it's just trying to iron out those peaks and troughs. It's picked up again now. We've got really busy in this last month or so. So challenges are, trying to keep those peaks and troughs not too peaky or troughy, I guess, is one of the challenges.
And what about the aspirations then, John, in terms of resourcing or growing the resource or building a team? Where do you sort of see Sales Geek Cheshire East in 3 to 5 years' time?
I think there's other people kind of in franchise who've got staff now and hired it. Got an office now. We're in a small office just in Nantwich with a great training facility here. I guess for me, aspirations for me, so it's 2024 for me to consistently get to my capacity. So I'm looking then maybe it's sort of outsourcing some of the work that I get. I think the pieces I can outsource is the training side of it. I think if people, your sales director, me going along the sort of what me and my experience and my personality and me working with those businesses. So I want to focus on that, the sales training side of the business. I think there's opportunity for me there to scope that, get some staff in to help me with that side of it. I guess have I got huge aspirations to take over the world? I've not. I've got my corporate background. I've worked where I've had 175 indirect employees at one point, and quite like it just being me. Quite like not having a boss and having nobody reporting to me. But I think at some point I will hire some more team around me. But short term, 2024 is I kind of feel like I've built the business up to a good level now. I get some great feedback from the clients I've worked with and I'm working with. And I think it's just to solidify that 2024, just for me to get consistently to capacity.
Very good. And what about in terms of the key lessons? It sounds like you're from a big corporate background. Presumably that was a specialist or focused sales role. Clearly, when you run a business, it opens up all the other challenges of running a business. So what would you say are your key lessons, John? Or what advice might you give yourself now if you were starting your business again?
Yeah, I think time management is so important. I do this now because I've got no choice. But I think initially when I first started the business, and I wasn't spending much time delivering the service, I was getting out there. But if you're not spending time delivering your service or selling your products, then you need to be then spending the time on marketing you as a business. So any other time, don't waste your time on doing things that you think are important, or admin tasks that can be done. It sounds bad, right? But can be done in evenings or early evenings and weekends that I find myself doing now just to get those done. There's time where I can be speaking to potential clients in office time, use that time effectively. So I think that's advice I would. Those things I would change in going back to when I first started the business.
Yeah, interesting. So if you're not delivering, spend time on selling. If you're not selling, deliver time on marketing, and get real about whether you are really investing your time on important, wise stuff rather than all the other stuff.
And the admin stuff, outsource it. If you've got funds there to do it, it's easy to say, or do it when it's not in potential customer facing time and where you can add value to the business.
Good stuff. Well, it's been great to hear your journey, John. I'm going to ask you two more questions, if I may. Yeah. One is maybe a bit from the left field, and it is, what are your favorite books on selling?
Oh, that's a good one. There's a book called Multipliers, which I think is really good. I forget the author now, but that's it's all about. It's not so much on selling really. It's more about running a business. I don't know if you've heard about that, but it's
Funny enough,
all
I
about
have. In fact, my coach recommended it to me, and I've not quite got round to that one yet. So thanks for
There you
the
go.
reminder, John.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's all about in business realizing that you aren't the be all and end all in your business, and trying to surround yourself with people who are better and cleverer than you. Or that's the kind of the main message of it. But then giving them the freedom and autonomy to be their best version of themselves, and it's really how you can scale businesses quite quickly. There's some good sales messages in there. Just lots. Sales challenge is a good one.
The
challenges
challenges sale. You mean the challenger sale? You mean?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's a good one. E-Myth's good. Run your business as though you're going to franchise it out. Very apt for me because it's a franchise I've got. So
I don't know whether you can. I don't know whether you can work it out. I'm using the wrong. There you go. There's there's 3 or 4 copies of that book there.
Yeah, great. And it's a it's an old one. They've done a newer version of it as well. Their ones come to mind there.
Very good. Well, here's one back for you, John. Link to your challenge, Indistractable. Okay. I came across this guy on Stephen Bartlett's podcast, Eyal. Indistractable is the book. And if time management is your biggest challenge, I definitely recommend that. So there you go.
Yeah. All right. I'll take a look. I'll take a look. Yeah.
And so the final question then, if I may, John, in terms of any announcements or offers or invitations you've got for anybody, what might you have in store moving forward?
Yeah. So we're in November now. So I do part of the sales training I do is could be going out to businesses, but a lot of it is my premises in Nantwich. I'm going to run one in Ilderley Edge as well called Sales Accelerator. It's I call cohort training, so it's for usually 6 to 10 people on each of the courses, and it's a different person from a different business coming along. So I'm running that out. It's 4 2-hour sessions, and we'll try and look at the whole sales process in those sessions from when a lead comes in to you getting an order out at the end, and some best practice to do with each of the different stages of that process. So that's starting in January. It's £495 for all 4 sessions. And I'm going to, I'm launching that over the next week or so. So, please, if you're interested, have a look at it. Hit me out on LinkedIn, Jonathan Whitby, Sales Geek Cheshire East. There'll be information about it on there as well.
Great. Well, thank you very much, John. And we'll attach your URL to these videos. And once again, thanks ever so much for your time, sharing your story, and all the very best with Cheshire East Sales Geek.
Fantastic. Thanks, Kerry. Thanks. Nice to meet you, and thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks, John. All the best. Bye for now.